What's up, everybody? We're here. I'm at my third panel. I'm here with Raleigh Felton. Say what's up.
What's up?
We're at this panel called Block Party Capitalism, where analog and digital intersect, basically talking about things like Farmville, Tumblr, built on values of capitalism in some regard. So, very excited about this one in particular. Give you a little tour around, kind of see what's going on. There's the panel up there. Got a very, very nice front row seat. We're probably about 8 rows out. That's the advantages of getting here early. So let's get this started and take a look into block party capitalism.
We founded our company in 2007. We knew there was a big home building problem. I was actually previously in a venture fund that bought and sold some of these kinds of companies, the traditional versions of the companies. And our big feeling was there was a real movement toward greener homes, obviously, which we're not unique in, but also toward wanting more convenience in the way that you build a house and wanting to be able to personalize products in a much different way. Set of the house much faster.
It's really interesting. I mean, this whole idea that you're looking at human insights, right? You're trying to solve these technology problems. I mean, you, Jared, were thinking about GroupMe. How did you guys look at this when you were thinking about how people communicate?
Right. So, well, even before we looked at the market, I think it was late in May of 2010, I woke up and my fiance immediately started complaining to me about an email chain she was on. And it was her and a bunch of her friends going out to Colorado, planning a trip to go to a music festival for a weekend. And she immediately started saying that she really didn't have a great tool to stay in touch with all of her friends in real time. These are people coming from all across the country on all different types of phones, meeting each other in one specific location, very similar to what's happening right now. So we kind of did a little bit of market research and said, well, is there anything that's totally platform device agnostic out there? And there really wasn't anything that kind of caught our eye at the time. So we built GroupMe to solve this very, very specific problem that we had in our lives. Steve, my co-founder, and I actually met each other through music. We went and saw a ton of Fish shows together, and we didn't have a great way to stay in touch with each other. So we built this product mainly to solve that problem, and it worked wonderfully. You know, we went out to that music festival, and we tested it in real time, and it was a place where there were 12,000 people, where there was no data connection whatsoever because it was totally oversaturated with people trying to tweet and check in and use BBM. And we used SMS. We used this concept of this lowest common denominator. It works on every single phone, works all the time, and people understand it. So this was a very, very real-life problem that we had. We thought that the market was just going to be us. We thought it was going to be people like us who were going to concerts, going to music festivals, trying to find a way to organize their friends better when they were, having impromptu meetings at bars and dinners and movies. But the fact of the matter was, since what we were doing was leveraging SMS, the lowest common denominator, since it's already such a popular platform for communication, tons and tons of people understood it and was so relatable. So we saw people take our original use case of getting our friends together and going somewhere and apply it to very specific use cases in their lives that were sort of unfathomable to Steve and myself. These were use cases that solved problems for Bible study groups in the Midwest. These were use cases for people who were rallying around patients recovering from surgeries in hospitals. These were soccer moms and Little League dads and people who were putting their kids on school buses and sending them around the city. Parents who wanted to stay in touch better. So it was really, really fascinating.
You can just browse and be inspired. So we have a partnership with BrandAsset, which is a great website, social network for crafters and sewers. And I always get so inspired when I see people tweeting like, oh, I just browsed on ModCloth and now I have a great idea for a dress that I'm going to make. So yeah, they didn't actually buy from us that time, but they were still able to come and have a good experience. And that's really our goal, is to create an amazing retail space online where it's not just about the retail. So it's about coming and participating in all these different ways. So whether that's gaining inspiration or joining in a conversation on our blog or answering a question on our Facebook fan page. We see that we have tons of customers that help other customers. So it's like, I'm going to a wedding, what dress should I wear? And, we give our suggestion, but then all of our other fans give these suggestions that are probably for our customer even more exciting and
it's not analog content, as we know. It's a bit of a hybrid between the two. And if you think about online content for the last 15 years, it's been about creating something that is meant to be consumed in the 5 minutes you have while your boss is not looking. So Monday through Friday, hunched over your desktop computer. So once you've freed yourself from those boundaries, once you are sitting there at the table in the morning at breakfast, or at home sitting on the couch, or in the bedroom right before bed, or on the airplane, then you've freed yourself up to an entirely new type of content. So that's what excites me is, what this community has sort of brought together. So the goal of Longreads is essentially build a community around this longer, in-depth content, drive discovery to show people what's out there,